4,000 years ago, if you killed a cat, even by accident, you could be sentenced to death. Cats weren't just pets back then. They were worshipped, mummified, buried like royalty. So how did an animal once treated as a literal god end up sleeping on your keyboard and knocking your coffee cup off the table? The journey of the cat from sacred deity to household companion is one of the wildest stories in animal history, and today we're going to walk through every step of it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the incredible history of cats, from their divine status in ancient Egypt through centuries of persecution in medieval Europe, all the way to their explosive rise as the internet's favorite animal. This is a story of religion, superstition, exploration, and eventually, pure, unconditional love. If you're a cat lover or just love a good historical deep dive, hit subscribe because we post videos like this every week. Let's start at the very beginning. Our story begins around 4,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. Wild cats were drawn to early human settlements because of one simple thing: rodents. Grain stores attracted mice and rats, and cats followed the food supply. Over generations, this mutually beneficial relationship slowly turned into domestication. But the Egyptians didn't just tolerate cats, they revered them. Cats became associated with Bastet, the goddess of home, fertility, and protection, often depicted with a woman's body and a cat's head. Temples were built in her honor, and cats living near these temples were treated as sacred. Harming a cat, even accidentally, was considered a serious crime in ancient Egypt. Historical accounts suggest that harming a cat could be punishable by death. When a family cat died, the household would often go into mourning, sometimes shaving their eyebrows as a sign of grief. Many cats were mummified, just like humans, and buried with elaborate rituals, some even with mummified mice to accompany them into the afterlife. Exporting cats out of Egypt was actually illegal for a period of time because they were considered a national treasure. Egyptian traders were said to actively try to buy back cats that had been smuggled out to other countries. Despite this, cats eventually did make their way out of Egypt, and that's where our story continues. As Egyptian trade expanded across the Mediterranean, cats began traveling with merchants, sailors, and travelers, first to Greece, then to Rome, and eventually across much of the ancient world. The Romans, though they didn't worship cats the way Egyptians did, valued them highly for pest control, especially on grain ships where rodents could destroy entire cargo shipments. As the Roman Empire expanded, so did the reach of the domestic cat. Roman soldiers, traders, and settlers are believed to have carried cats along trade routes into Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia. By this point, cats were no longer just an Egyptian phenomenon. They were becoming a global species, embedding themselves into human civilizations across multiple continents. But this widespread journey was about to take a dark turn. Fast forward to medieval Europe, and the cat's reputation takes a dramatic, disturbing shift. During the Middle Ages, cats, particularly black cats, became associated with witchcraft, superstition, and evil omens. The Catholic Church, particularly under Pope Gregory IX in the 13th century, issued a decree associating cats with the devil, which historians believe contributed to widespread fear and persecution of cats across Europe. Cats were killed in mass numbers, often during religious festivals and superstitious rituals. Some historical accounts describe disturbing traditions where cats were burned or thrown from towers, believed at the time to ward off evil. Here's where it gets even more fascinating and tragic. Some historians theorize that the mass killing of cats may have unintentionally worsened the spread of the Black Death, since fewer cats meant rodent populations, which carried the disease-spreading fleas, could grow largely unchecked. This theory is debated among historians, but it's a striking possibility. By the end of the medieval period, cat populations across parts of Europe had been significantly reduced, and their reputation was frankly in ruins. Thankfully, this dark chapter wasn't the end of the story. As Europe entered the age of exploration, cats found a new purpose and a new path to redemption. Ships heading out on long ocean voyages faced a major problem: rodents destroying food supplies and gnawing through ropes and wood. The solution? Cats. Cats became essential crew members on trading and exploration vessels, valued for their pest control abilities on long voyages across the Atlantic and beyond. This is actually one of the primary ways cats spread to the Americas, Australia, and other parts of the world they hadn't previously reached, hitching rides with explorers, colonists, and traders. Many sailors also considered cats to bring good luck, and some ships were said to be reluctant to set sail without one aboard. Through this era, the cat transformed once again, from a feared, superstitious symbol into a practical and even beloved companion for sailors on long, isolating journeys. The 19th century, particularly in Victorian England, cats underwent yet another transformation, this time into fashionable prized pets. In 1871, the first official cat show was held at the Crystal Palace in London, organized by Harrison Weir, who was often referred to as the father of the cat fancy. This marked the beginning of formalized cat breeding, breed standards, and the idea of cats as status symbols, not just useful animals kept for pest control, but creatures to be admired, judged, and bred for specific traits. Breeds like the Persian became especially popular among the Victorian upper class, prized for their luxurious coats and calm temperament. This era essentially laid the foundation for the modern cat fancy world, cat shows, breed clubs, and pedigree cats that we still see today. Cats were no longer just useful, they were becoming fashionable. The 20th century brought what might be the single most important innovation in cat history: kitty litter. In 1947, a man named Edward Lowe began marketing granulated clay as an alternative to the ash and sand people commonly used at the time for their cats' bathroom needs. He called it kitty litter, and it revolutionized how cats could live indoors full-time. Before this, most cats lived primarily outdoors or in barns, valued mainly for hunting rodents. With the invention of practical absorbent litter, cats could now comfortably live inside homes full-time. This shift, combined with advances in veterinary medicine, commercial cat food, and spay-neuter awareness throughout the mid to late 20th century, transformed the cat from a semi-wild working animal into the indoor companion pet we know today. By the latter half of the century, cat ownership in Western households had grown dramatically, setting the stage for what was still to come, which brings us to today. In the internet age, cats have achieved a level of cultural fame that arguably rivals their status as ancient Egyptian deities. From viral cat videos in the early YouTube era to internet-famous cats amassing millions of followers on social media, cats have become one of the most beloved and shared subjects in online culture. Modern cat ownership has also shifted in tone. Many owners today refer to themselves as cat parents, with an entire industry built around premium cat food, enrichment toys, cat furniture, and even cat wellness and mental health. In many ways, we've come full circle. Cats are once again treated with a level of reverence and devotion that echoes their ancient status. Just now, it plays out through Instagram accounts and TikTok videos instead of temples. So, there you have it, the incredible journey of the cat. From sacred deities in ancient Egypt to feared symbols of witchcraft in medieval Europe, to essential crew members on ships crossing the globe, to Victorian cat shows, to the beloved indoor companions curled up on your couch right now. It's a 4,000-year journey, and somehow it feels like it's come full circle. If you enjoyed this deep dive into cat history, let me know in the comments what part of this story surprised you the most. And if you liked this video, subscribe for more fascinating explorations into the world of cats. New videos every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.